Yo, what's going on? Good morning, good morning. I feel like I'm in a new like Lamborghini or something. Woohoo! I feel like I'm in a spaceship. How we feeling? Got the new overlay. Feeling good, looking good. I told you I had some stuff cooking up. Yeah, I could have left the music playing, but probably would have gotten a copyright strike. So I'm trying not to get tagged. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to get in trouble. They need to create a way to make copyright music playable on stream. That would be sick. But if you like the new overlay, hit the like button. I think it's sick. I think it's sick. My guy did a good job with it. Yeah, so the Discord it's created, right? But I don't have the link yet, right? I'm still creating a bot, right? I got a bot coming that is going to help with giveaways, moderation, stuff like that. So, yeah, the overlay's lying. But everything else is good. Socials, the website's being built as well. Gonna have some education on there. But yeah, the Discord is on the way. All the channels are fully built out. It's just the moderation side of things. I want it to be fully like complete before you guys join. Let's go ahead and let's dive in to what we're going to talk about today. All right, as usual, we have some pre-market topics. All right, the first one being our bias, the second one being key news, if there's any, right, and the third being POIs. All right, what's going on, Grinch, Louis, Perry, Algo, Tyler, Carson, the usual squad. We got the usuals up in here. All right, let's see here. So we'll let some people trickle in. Right now, I got a poll out. Majority of you guys are bullish. I'll be honest, I'm kind of bullish too. My boy said he's done for the day already. So if you look, right, daily candle opens, runs straight up, right? So there's a little imbalance here on the 1 hour, all right? And I'm bullish just because, we're all-time highs, baby. I'm not fading this, right? Stay bullish till it gives you a reason not to be, right? But on the 1 hour, we opened and just expanded overnight, right? So we're starting to see a retracement into the open. We got about, I don't know, 13 minutes till the open. Not 13, sorry, 23. So I'm watching. I want to say we close on this 4 hour candle. I want to see how we react to this hourly imbalance, right? So the bias we covered, POIs we're covering now, and news wise, pull up the news here. We ain't got nothing. All right. Not much. Today we had 8:15. Friday is NFP. So we'll keep that in mind. But not much for news. POIs, I'm watching this hourly imbalance here. If we go look at the 4 hour as well, I want to see how we close on these 4 hour candles, right? Hourly wise, same thing. Gaps right here that we can watch. And really just want to do the stream, the same process as we do every day, right? Monitor these POIs at the open, look for relative strength and weakness, and then go from there, right? Didn't see anything really pre-market that I wanted to get into. You could maybe have played this hourly candle closure back into the range, right? On the 5 minute. Could enter here on the closure below this down close candle, right? Protected high here, enter on the closure, and maybe look for some kind of 2R down. Maybe even a 3 minute, 30 minute setup, right? But to be honest, I'm looking for longs today. I want to see how we open and react to these POIs, right? Because I love a pullback to continue long, you know? That's what we're getting here. So would like it to stay strong. Don't want to see it just retrace and just close near the daily open price for the day, right? Because that means this is probably going to be a reversal candle, not a small wick expansion candle, right? And I'm looking for more upside today. So we will see how it plays out. We will see. As for oil and gold, I didn't really see much on gold that I liked on the daily chart. You know, we had an inside day yesterday. Didn't get that follow through with the candle 4 off this candle 2 closure here. So we just saw a run up overnight. Same with oil. Inside day yesterday, and then we had a huge drop overnight. So I'm don't really want to trade those, to be honest. We can monitor them if we start to get news and stuff like that. But I really want to see how this 4-hour candle closes, because that's going to tell us, I'll be honest, if this 4-hour close is bearish, I might look for some kind of 15-minute entry to the downside, you know? We have these failure swings. And I know it's against the bias, right? But a 4-hour closure like this combined with like a 1-hour closure, that'll get me pretty bearish. It'll give me a lot more confidence than like a 15-minute closure, you know, trying to short on a 1 minute. But if we go look at the daily range, we've already blown past it, right? And I'm expecting us to kind of move past these ADRs. Because think about it, we've kind of been consolidating for the, you know, smaller ranges the last couple of days. And if we are going to start expanding again, we should blow past those averages. Yeah, it kind of just sucks when you have these overnight moves, you know. Like we ran up all day yesterday. And then popped it open and kind of just slow grinded up. You know, those are the worst. So I'm hoping we don't do the same, right? We're not really getting a slow grind. We have some imbalances here on POIs on these higher time frames. And we're getting some decent trend, right? Up and down inside this POI. So I'm hoping this is a retracement now to go higher. We'll be sick if at 10 o'clock we get a candle through closure off this imbalance right here. And we can look for a 5-minute long or maybe even a 30-minute closure for a 3-minute long. You guys know the 3-minute is my favorite, so. So let me look at the chat real quick. Sorry, I've been in flow state trying to get my bearings. What's my opinion of that 80-point move closing above London? Like here? I like it. Like I said, I want to see how we react here. I want to keep a small wick on this candle, and I want to see us continue to expand, right? Maybe put in a new high today. But I think that this POI right here is really going to tell us a lot. We're also digging down into these down close candles right here. Or we could. I'm not digging into them yet. ES hasn't hit the POI. YM, we're in this imbalance here. So we've hit this previous high, right? And we have some SMT here at the moment. Like I said, I think the open's going to tell us a lot. How we behave at this POI is going to tell us a lot around 10 o'clock. We close below it, close candle 2 at it. We can look for longs off that. What's going on, Mario? MDG. There will be a big regular trading hours gap. Yes. So we cover bias, why I'm bullish. Key news, nothing much except on Friday, NFP, and then POIs we mentioned. Really just this 1 hour gap. And monitor this 4 hour closure here. But other than that, you see a new outline on the stream? Yeah, I got the overlay going. The Discord, if you see a Discord thing on there, it's ready. I just don't have the bot built out. All the channels are there. But I have a giveaway bot being built that's also going to do some automated announcements for me and stuff to make my life easier. Make your guys' life easier as well. So once that's fully built, we get it in there and tested, I'll open up the Discord and we'll be able to do some fun stuff in there as well. I'm also thinking about posting like in the Discord, right? Obviously giveaways. Things like that. But I also want to do some like pre-market analysis, right? So what do I mean by that? Pre-market analysis. When I go through every night and tag my watch list and do my analysis for the next day, get my bias, everything, I just do it on my own, right? But I could easily just record a quick video and put it in the Discord, you know? So I have a channel in there where only I can type in, and there's like lessons and then trades I take as well. So that right there, I think will be good to kind of put you guys on the right track of like what I'm seeing the night before to make you independent, right? So that'll be good. It's also a place where you guys can chat outside of these streams. We can hang out. So another thing I want to do is giveaways, pre-market analysis. What was the other one? Oh, like some lessons, right? Private streams, right? Come on, get out of here. Open, yeah, just so you. But we're gonna do giveaways, pre-market analysis, things like that, nightly analysis, here and there, and then private streams and lessons, where I can go in there and kind of post like markups and things like that. So that right there is gonna be the main focus of the Discord, and it's not open yet. But when it is, you guys will be the first to know. We'll open it live here on stream one day and maybe do some giveaways in there the day of. So that's what I plan on doing with Discord. And obviously it's free. So Horit Data. Have you seen this type of market making every day? A new all-time high every day before? Yeah. I mean, I've been trading since 2020. So when we busted past here, right? Even some of this run here, we're just making new all-time highs. Then we had that Ukraine situation, right? And then we bust past new all-time highs again. And now we're in it here. Now we're in it here. So you just got to know, right? Daily profiles help a lot. Don't fight the trend. Wait for pullbacks. Don't chase. Like, that's the name of the game, honestly. Appreciate it, Mario. But like I said, the community we built on the stream so far, I've been streaming for almost over a month now, every weekday. it's tight. Like it's smaller too, which is cool because I feel like I get to see familiar faces and things like that. So it'll be the same thing in the Discord. If anything, it'll probably be less people in the Discord than they are on these streams because I think some people just come in here to copy trade. But if you're here to actually get some value and love my content and me as a person, then you'll probably be in the Discord. Like I said, that will be open soon. It's built out. I just need to get the bot in there and test it. It is a good morning. Yes. We got 10 minutes almost until open. I'm going to look at the 30-minute real quick. See how we close on this 30-minute right at 9:30. If we close candle 2 here off this low in this imbalance right here, this 30-minute imbalance. It's also a 1 hour imbalance. Could maybe get a 30-minute setup, you know, before 10 o'clock up to these highs. That's pretty much all I see at the moment. So we'll monitor that. And this fair value gap, if it holds, kind of aligns with the trend we've been seeing, right? Just this trend line liquidity. Yeah, little gap here on the new day open. If we do sell off and we get a bearish 4-hour closure here, then I might see what the 15 minutes looking like for a short. But if this day isn't going to leave this small wick and just keep expanding like it has been overnight, it's probably going to put in a reversal day. Close back below previous day high. And we could get a candle closure bearish here. Daily candle's a bottom wick. It's right here. And also, if we go back and look, there's actually a daily candle right here that never got a bottom wick. Like, look at the opening in the top left and the low. The open is 992. The low is 992. This candle doesn't have a wick at all to the downside. And I think if you were with me last week, or a few weeks ago, we were talking about targeting that. We got close. Never got it. I'm not saying we're going to go all the way down there. But what's up, Niku? He said, yo, cool overlay. Appreciate it, man. Shout out Niku. He's the one who actually created this. He's been doing my graphics. Think we can target this low? Yeah. You can target these failure swings right here if it is going to be a short off the open. Personally, I'm looking for longs, right, off this POI. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm trading my system, right, my plan. You can do the same. Before I even consider taking a short, I'm going to have to wait till after 10 to see how this 4-hour closes. I'm kind of looking for like a 3-minute entry on a long. Maybe this candle pops up here in the next 7 minutes, closes candle 2 bullish, and we can get a long. But if it doesn't, then I'm probably going to have to wait till 10 for this hourly close and this 4-hour close. What's up, Jimmy? But right now, poll-wise, at 38 votes, about 66%. So basically, 2 out of 3 people in here right now are bullish. What's up, Esteban? I'm going to go ahead and end this poll. gold. I don't really see much. Maybe you get a 4-hour closure, but like this is looking pretty bullet. If we close above these down close candles here, I'm thinking longs on gold to these highs. You know, if we close below or above here. You got S&T at these lows right here with silver. So that'll be something to watch. We'll keep that marked out on gold. Maybe we'll get some nice longs into the remainder of the week on gold. It all starts from the daily chart, right? Top down. Yeah, this slow grind up yesterday and this morning. Right here. We got 5 minutes till open. Let's see here. How we coming this morning? All right. Let's kind of look at some strength, right? I'm noticing we're in this imbalance here on NASDAQ, but we're not on ES. Don't really know what to make of YM. I mean, we kind of had a nice run up overnight. Stronger than the rest. I haven't taken this high out yet. So I want to see. Does NASDAQ just drop it open and YM go higher? Am I bearish? I'm bullish right now. Gun to my head, if I had to choose something, I just choose longs. Because that's been the theme, right? This has been the theme. But I honestly think we're due for a pullback at some point. Like some kind of major pullback before moving higher. Markets don't just go straight up, you know? So we'll see. Yeah, bullish until proven bearish. That's the name of the game. But also, like, I added some like commands to the chat. So if you want to do like indicator, you could type indicator or indie or just end, and it'll pop up the indicator I use. That way people, they ask me every time, like, what indicator is that right here? Which we're also going to give away one of these today. Into the stream, we'll be giving away this a month free. But if you have questions or you want to know the indicator, things like that, just type it in the chat. It'll send you a link to check it out. It's also in the description. Because I get asked the same questions every day. I'm trying to make it so I don't get annoyed with it, where they can just type it in the chat. You got to do exclamation point in front of it, like this. Like end or indie or indicator. And we'll have one for the Discord too. Yeah, test it out, Tyler. Let's see. Boom. Pretty fancy, right? Tell you, it's only up from here. Then I'll just link you to this. But yeah, we're going to give away one of these every stream. That's the plan. And we'll do even more giveaways inside the Discord as well, once it's open to the public. Car. Should I do exclamation point Porsche? And then that'll be Like just a picture of my car. Once I get all the basic stuff set up in the back end, maybe we can do some like fun stuff. Some Easter eggs. All right, so we have a minute 20 on this candle. I don't think we're going to get a candle to closure bullish. So it's looking like we're going to have to wait till 10, honestly. That's where most of the wins have come from, shortly after 10 o'clock. We can monitor the other assets, though, as well. Can we do a Porsche giveaway every day? Ahmed, the Discord's not available yet. So I know it's on the overlay. I just don't have the link available to the public yet. I just have a few people in there helping me test some things. But once it's available, we'll make an announcement for sure. All right, here we go. Market open. Let's watch. So we're watching YM. We're watching NQ. We're watching ES. Yeah, I have a guy building me a bot right now, a custom bot. So once that's up and running, you guys are all welcome to join. Remember, we're watching this POI. So far off the rip, I mean, you're seeing some strength on YM. Seeing some weakness. Obviously something in the middle here. So what I'm doing right now, if you're new, is I'm just trying to figure out which asset I prefer to long or short, you know? If I'm going to short today, I want to short weakness. I'm going to long today, I want to long strength, right? Just gives your trades the highest probability of playing out, you know? Because you can get saved by SMT. I've had my stop at a low, and I've been in the strongest asset. We get close to it, form SMT at that low, like here, and then it runs, you know? So I've been saved by SMT before just because I long the strongest asset. I've also been knocked out of a trade, stopped out, because I was longing the weakest asset, you know? So that's one thing I'm trying to work on. Is just giving my trades the highest chance of playing out. And you do that by choosing the right asset to trade. Yeah, and we have some SMT so far right here on these lows. At the moment, could easily change. But let's see. Trying to see this as a POI. The high on this candle is 477. The low is 47. Yeah, see, there's a little overlap here. If there's a tiny imbalance here, you could maybe look at this as a 4-hour candle to closure. Look for like a 15-minute entry off these down close candles with SMT, right? But because this closure is not inside a POI, there's no imbalance I tapped into or anything, I don't really count it. So I probably wouldn't take this trade. We can watch it and see if it plays out, but I need these closures to happen at a POI. So that's either sweeping out a high or a low, or dipping into an imbalance, like a fair value gap. I'm liking this like 15-minute candle. If we close candle 2 here on this 15-minute, maybe we go down to a 1-minute for some kind of long, you know? Instead of waiting for the hourly close, we can maybe look for this 15-minute close and hop in a little earlier. Because you have all these highs that we can just go and run out, right? So let's see. We got about 10-ish minutes until this candle closes. And think about it. Right when we opened up, what we do at 9:30? Swept previous low, back in the range, right? So this might be one of those candle twos that expand, you know? So we'll monitor that. Exciting. Yes, we will be doing a giveaway at the end of the stream. Got to hit 100 likes first, though. That's the rule. You guys know. How can I get this indicator for candles? There's a link in my bio, or you can type exclamation point indicator in the chat, and boom, it'll pop up. Or you can win the giveaway and try it out for free for a month. So let's watch this 15-minute candle off this 1 hour imbalance. You know, it's looking pretty good. Remember, I told you this POI was going to be our main focus. And we're getting a pretty decent reaction off of it so far. Even the 5-minute looks good, you know? I mean, shit, if you were trying to trade like this candle too, could have maybe just entered, because we have SMT at these lows as well, remember? Here and here. Here and here. Here and here, right? So you might be like, oh, you're longing weakness. We'll check and see. But we really want to see how this candle closes, right? I don't like to trade these candle twos. I'd rather just wait for the closure. It's just in 9 minutes. We can wait 9 minutes, can't we? We can wait 9 minutes. God, this wick's kind of annoying. There's an imbalance here. Get like a move, you know? Yeah, Louis says the hourly 5-minute is pretty clean on YM if it offers continuation. Yeah. Because you have SMT here at the moment. So you would consider this low to be protected, right? The SMT here, SMT here. Really need to see how we close here on this 15-minute and also this hourly. If we just dump right here, then that's all you need to know. Also, I know I'm on a big monitor, but can you guys read like the text here and the time at the bottom? Let me know. I have a pretty like high resolution monitor, so not at all. Then you need some glasses, buddy. Okay, 1440p. If you're on a cell phone, I don't expect you to be able to read. The tables. Which tables? Talking about this? I have this on like super small because I don't even want to look at it. Oh, I mean I could, but like if you see me on a 3-minute chart, just know that these are 30-minute candles, right? If you know the model, then that should be a given. I could probably make this bigger though. Or actually, I guess I can't. Oh wait, yeah, I can. Up here also 15-minute. It can show you. Also, I flip around a lot because I'm trying to get a good read on all the time frames. All right, so this 15 minutes got 4.5 minutes left right here. So far, if we close above this down close candle, this will be a protected swing here. Actually, I'm about to go ahead and log in real quick. Because we might get a setup here in a second. Let's see. This down a bit. There we go. But yeah, you want to see this close above. That would make this a new protected swing. And we can maybe hop in on a new 15-minute candle, stop here for longs the next 3 minutes. That's the play. Take a stab at it. There's your closure. Let's zoom out a bit. Already got the hourly looking pretty good too. And if you wanted to play it safe, you'd probably wait for that hourly closure or that 30-minute closure, right? But if you want to get in early, before 10 o'clock, we'll watch this. And when you're trying to pick which one to trade, it's like, this has the swing point that's going to form. So does this with the SMT. But I just like the structure better on NQ with this protected swing here. This thing's just starting to kind of sell off now. Maybe it'll put one in before moving higher. but we've immediately rebalanced this 4-hour range off this high. Came down and balanced it out. We're in this 1 hour imbalance, and so far this looks like a reversal candle to go higher. We have SMT at the lows. So we're about to get a 15-minute closure above these down close candles as well. I mean, this is high day right here. I'm thinking we just like hop in like this, depending on how this closes. Maybe set a limit. A little something like that. Set a limit or just hop in up here, which would be still about a 2-hour trade. I mean, why I'm selling off? Where am I going to get in? I'm thinking limit order in. If we can get a retracement back, that's the move. Because a retracement back would also rebalance this range right here. But if it just takes off, then we'll look for another protected swing to go long. Let's put that in though, in there. So I'm just gonna about 4,500 to make. If I hold all the way, almost 20 grand. But we're gonna take some profits along the way. We're not gonna hold for a full and get greedy, you know. Could easily come down into this opening price. Maybe take us in. Let's see. We got about 15 minutes until this new hourly candle. And I like where my stop is if I get in before that and the new hourly opens. Tag us in. If it wants to come down to 50% of the wick, my stop is basically right at that or below. So I'm comfortable with the stop as well. If we have to hold through, 10 a.m. new hourly candle. But come get me in. Right. And for partials, we'll probably just take some off at fixed 2Rs. What else? Maybe some of these highs over here. If she'll come down. If she behaves. And my stop is below the 50% of the previous candle as well, right? Below the T spot, which I like as well. So it's all aligning, right? You just gotta people struggle with putting stops in the market. Just put it at an invalidation. If we come down and start closing below this 50% and take out this protected low, then it's probably gonna take out this low, right? And I'm wrong on the trade idea. That's all it is. And if it just runs without me, that's fine. But like this looks the cleanest out of all these. Right, your YM's kind of weak now. I wouldn't mind getting tagged in. So far, we have hit this opening price right here on the 15. I want a little deeper retracement to get me in. He said, tag me in. We got 10 minutes until the new 1 hour candle, new 4 hour candle even. The 4 hour is not looking as bad as it was currently. If we look at the 4 hour here, it looks like indecision now. Long wick to the downside, long wick to the upside. So that kind of helps me build the case for longs as well to continue this, because now it's just not a long wick to the upside. It's on both sides. Can you get me in? Let's see. Shit. Trying to move my thing. Got close. She got close. There we go. Tagged in. What I'm going to do now, get rid of that. I'm assuming I got 5 orders there. I'm actually going to cancel all these and make this into here. Low 395.50. Put it right at that low. And then TP. Boom. But so far, nice reaction off that. Right, rebalance this. 15-minute range. Let's see if he wants to go higher. Just following the plan, man. This is, in my opinion, an A+. Trading view. Yeah, I don't know why. It'll like stack like a bunch of 1 orders right here, instead of just giving me 5 like this. So I have to cancel them all and then drag the stop. But hey, we got our price. Look at their reaction off the T-spot after rebalancing that. Now the real question is, where do I take my profit, right? 6-2Rs right here. We'll take some off there. We'll take like, I don't know, 3 at 530.50. That's around these projections as well. So I like that idea. We'll sell 5. Get rid of that stop. We'll sell 3. All right. First TP's here. He said in the chat, you need to wait to get you in. We got it. And then we'll go break even. I mean, I wouldn't mind going break even at this high. That's halfway to my target. You know? I mean, shoot, technically I could go break even right here and reduce some risk, because this is now a protected swing. So I'm going to do that actually. 1950. We just reduced a bunch of risk, risking less than half what I was before. So, yeah, this is now your new protected swing. We want to see this hold, so we can move this here. Just think about it. This 15-minute candle, if it's going to expand, we got 6 minutes left. I want to see it do it pretty much now. One thing that might mess me up is the new hourly candle in the next 6 minutes that could come, you know, retrace a bit on the open. That's a nice closure there off the opening price. Up about 4,200, 4,000. Then we're about to get a nice trade on the new overlay. Get the new stream overlay. We'll go break even once this high gets hit. Tell me this ain't no textbook setup, man. Right off the POI. 15-minute closure, protected swing put in. We hop in on a limit. We don't chase. It doesn't get better than that. All right, break even time. There we go. What's the spread right now? The spread is about, a handle. So we're good. My stop is two handles above my entry, so that'll cover commissions and things like that. So now it's about watching how we monitor at this high. Sorry, it's about monitoring how we react at this high. So risk-free trade now. He said, so freaking clean. What a lovely entry you got. Yeah, man, you just got to be patient. Like, if we just kind of open up really far away from where I want to get in, I'll just set a limit. And if it runs without me, it runs without me. If it doesn't, comes back and gets me in, great. You know? It's about being patient, not chasing. Up about 6,000 US dollars at the moment. So now I'm watching this 1 minute for value gap here. Would love to see that hold and just push to our target. But we have 3 minutes until a beautiful 1 hour closure. Right here, you can see. Just needed to stay above previous 1 hour candle low. I don't like that 3 minute wick. So if it wants to reverse on me and roll over for shorts to take out this low, it's going to get me out break even and I'll avoid the loss, right? But I want to see this protected low hold right here. This is your new protected low off this opening price that we're hitting. Ideally, stay inside this imbalance as well to go higher. We got close to it, you know, maybe 1.75 R, but 2 R is my minimum, right? To take anything off. So nice reaction off the opening price. So far, it held. Let's see if we can go a little higher. At least get a 2R, right? And then we'll take some partials. And I love how the projections align with our 2R, right? But also look what the -4 is. It's a high a day. So when you're talking about using projections as targets, I like to align them with liquidity, right? Or actual levels. This is a pretty good, you know, textbook setup. Just need some follow through now. So I'm sitting here watching 2 minutes until the new 1 hour. This range has been immediately rebalanced, right? This high and this candle's low. There's no fair value gap here anymore that's gonna form when we close here. So I'm like, okay, the only reason I might get stopped out is if it wants to take out this 15-minute low before moving higher, which would be this protected low here. But you got to be more nimble on the 1 minute if you're going to trade these smaller time frames, because you got to make decisions every 60 seconds, right? How do we close here? What POI just formed? What am I doing with my stop? And that's really tough to do if you are new, right? If you don't know your model well, if you don't know how to react quickly and, you know, be nimble, not only in the charts with your analysis, but also executing orders, like canceling orders, placing new orders, adjusting the stops. Like, you got to be quick at doing that as well. All right, 60 seconds until 10 a.m. Anybody in this trade with me? Who else is in the trade? Yeah, process was solid. Breakdown was clear. Appreciate it, Tyler. All right, 10 o'clock. In the trade. If you're in the trade, let me know. It's 10 o'clock. Just got a new 15-minute. It's getting a little messy up in here with all these drawings, but had a nice, solid, ideal closure on the 30-minute. The 1 hour closed pretty nicely. We really just need to see. I got in on this wick right here on this 5-minute. Really just need to see. I want to see a small wick here to expand higher. Maybe even to this 1 hour imbalance right here, this tiny one. That'll get us close to our target. If it wants to just roll over, then, you know, I want to get out anyways. So. She got a little close. But once you're in the trade, there's nothing you can really do, you know? It's up to the market now. You're just really paying to see, or risking money to see if it's going to work out or not. It's kind of annoying that it doesn't want to run. Probably get stopped out here for break even. Let's see. I mean, like, last hope is really like the 50% of this order block, right? That we just hit. My stop's just below that. So. I'm starting to see ES kind of wick its high as well. So that's not a good look. Yeah, I'm out for break even right there. Let's see. This thing could just want to roll over. After sweeping this high, see how I wanted to monitor that high, and we're back in the range now. And if you look for here, kind of getting some wicky action at these highs. So didn't get follow through on that trade, unfortunately, but We can keep watching and maybe find another entry. It's still early. It's 10 o'clock. So let's watch. Let's zoom out a little bit now. Some people watching probably like, you were up $6,000 at one point. Why didn't you get out? It's like, because that's not 2R. You know, I got rules I got to follow. We got what we wanted. We got the closures. Just didn't get the follow through, right? And then if we look at the 4-hour, wicks on both sides. So not really a true like classic reversal candle. Really just indecision for the past 4 hours. Same thing here. Like we didn't close back inside the range on ES or YM. So if we go pop to the 1 hour now and kind of get our bearings again, because it's easy to get sucked in when you're in a trade on the lower time frame structure. SMT at these lows still. Candle 3 closure. It's just unfortunate that this thing's selling off. This thing's kind of in the middle. This thing's up. Right? And look, that low where my stop was getting taken out now. Personally, we can watch for a 3-minute entry here. If we sweep this low and then close back above here, like so, we can watch for, and inside this T-spot too on the 30-minute. We respect that. Close back above. We can hop in on a 3-minute for a re-entry. For sure. Let's watch. I mean, 5-minute. Same thing. But the RR is better on this 3-minute, I think. Because your stop would be like 61 handles here. 5-minute, it would be 82, yeah. So the RR would be better on the 3. And you probably get a closure above here first, instead of waiting for a 5-minute candle closure. So let's watch, right? You might get stopped out. You might get stopped out break even. But get knocked down. We didn't really get knocked down. We just got pushed to the side. Does that make sense? Doesn't hurt to try again. If we get the setup right. I'm not just going to buy back in because I feel like it. There has to be another setup, right? So we zoomed out a bit and found we're anticipating another one on the 3-minute. Maybe even the 5-minute, right? The 4-hour. I mean, the 15-minute looks a little bearish, I'm not going to lie. After this, they would close above. But we can just see if it plays out or not. We want to see this now close back above. If it just closes below the 50% of this candle, then it's probably just going to take the low, right? And that's what it looks like it's reaching for now, anyways. So I'm glad we got stopped out, right? Because I would have been stopped out for a full loss here. That's where my stop was originally. It's all about knowing like where your invalidation points are and how to properly trail your stop. Appreciate it, trader. JHN. Yeah, it was like a feeler position, you know? We want to see this close back above the 50%. And you got a nice little wick there across all the assets, really. So what I'm seeing now, like, just off like the way we're behaving, not really wanting to follow through on anything, it's kind of just feeling like chop. Do I pay taxes? Hell no. What do you mean? Everyone pays taxes. What's funny is though T-Trades and I were talking about moving to Puerto Rico together at some point. To get out of the capital gains taxes. But then we're like, you know what? All that time and effort to like move down there. Like, why not just use all that time and energy and effort to just make more money, you know? Yeah, like the 4 hour looks kind of bearish. The 15 minute after this move, this little wick, if we put that in, not as much anymore, right? We swept this low out, have SMT, SMT here. Maybe we get another candle 2 closure here. The problem is it's not at a POI, right? The 30 minute though, 3 minute looks good. He said 5 minis. I can barely trade 5 micros. It's just like going to the gym, dude. You don't go to the gym and automatically bench 225 pounds. You start small, right? And you work your way up. But it's not even about the number of contracts I have anymore. I don't even notice how many that is, really. It's just about how much I'm risking on the trade. And that trade was about 5 grand to make 20 if we hit this high. And it looks like it still wants to reverse off this 1 hour imbalance, you know? It's just if I get in now on this 3 minute, my stop's going to have to go with the bodies. So I kind of want it to like run up here so I can market order in and have like a smaller stop, you know? It's just when it puts in these really long wicks like that, I don't want to have to put my stop there. Now it's not even 2 hour to the high. But if I put my stop at the body, I run the risk of still getting stopped out and the trade be valid, right? That's the only thing that I don't like. And you're seeing some like flip-flop action now. Selling off, moving to the upside, right? I pay 0% too, now I'm in prison. Or you pay 0% because you don't make any money, whichever one. Yeah, see this real deep retracement is kind of annoying. You still got like 20 minutes on this 30-minute candle, and you still got like 50 minutes on this hourly candle closure for candle 3 expansion. It's just candle 3, when they're going to expand, they're going to have smaller wicks, right? And so when we put in this large wick like this, it makes me a little suspicious. Like, I don't know if I want to take this trade right here. You know? Same thing with the 30-minute. I want to see small wicks, not large ones. Because now it kind of just looks like we're in chop. So even if we close above here, I don't know if I'm going to take that trade. Because YM is selling off right here. It's just kind of looking sketchy. But it could play out. And you kind of have this breaker look, like the low, the high, the lower low. Let me go higher, right? I mean, I could. Mama didn't raise no bitch. Oh, that's not what I want. Not 5,000 units. I want $5,000. I don't know, man. This kind of seems a little sus. But it is, like, valid. Maybe wait for a retracement. Or maybe the 5-minute closes above and then retraces down to get us in. Maybe we'll wait for that. Some like extra confirmation kind of thing. You know? Maybe we'll wait for that. Just give me some more like peace of mind. Technically, you could hop in here. I just don't know if I like it. All right. You'd be tagged in there if you were me and hopping in. Just I don't know if I like this long wick on the 30-minute because expansion candles have small wicks, right? So we'll pull the order. We'll kind of just monitor, see if this trade plays out. But I kind of want to see the 5-minute close above here, confirming a new protected swing on this low. And that's going to tell me, hey, this 1 hour low, this 1 hour wick has been put in, the low of it. Now we can trade the body higher. That's kind of what I'm waiting for. But we can monitor this right here. And also like the strength. Like it looks like ES is the strongest one, which is really weird now because usually it's in the middle. This thing looks like it's weak. This thing kind of looks a little strong, but ES is just kind of chugging along, putting in some wicks. But we can monitor this, and I want to see how the 5-minute closes here because we've just wicked this opening price, you know, and that's not a good look. So we really need to see the closure above here on the 5-minute. But if you're in this, like originally I was planning on doing something like this, you know, but I just don't like, again, the wick sizes on these candles. So we'll see. Maybe it'll save me from taking a loss. Paying attention to those. Could miss the trade too. But I'm just being cautious in this market because it's a tough read and it kind of looks a little choppy at the same time. But if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Drop a like, subscribe, and you get notified when I go live in the future. And if you're a regular here and you haven't liked the stream yet, go ahead and do that because we're going to do a giveaway. 100 likes. We're going to do a giveaway. It's too small. We're going to give away one of these guys. One of these indicators right here. Boomer says, hearing your thought process and price filtering over and over is very important. Exactly. Like if I was just sitting here, not streaming, I would just be sitting in silence. But like all this is going through my head. So what I try and do a good job of is like voicing my thoughts and why I'm doing certain things and why I'm taking a trade, why I'm not. And the more you show up to these streams and like kind of tune in with me, the more you're going to start to think like me. If that's what you want, you know. And it'll just get drilled into your head over and over like repetition. It's just like getting reps in these charts. Get reps with me and you'll soon adopt my kind of thinking, you know. Yeah, just doesn't really look in a hurry to do anything. I mean, YM looks like garbage now. This looks like a little garbage as well. Didn't close above that opening price yet on the 5-minute. Kind of a slow grind with some deep retracements on ES. We took a stab at longs, remember? Unless you're just now joining us. We took a stab at longs here on this retracement. Got stopped out for break even. So I'm glad we haven't hopped in this yet because this wick is not very convincing that it's going to expand, right? So yeah, a break even. I think I'm up like probably a couple $100, but that's break even for me. Let's see, what am I up right now? Let me check. I'm up $200, $205. See, I'd be stopped out there. So I avoided a loss, judging the wick sizes here. So I'm glad we didn't enter that trade. And like I said, it could still hold this 50%, sweep below the bodies, and go higher. That's the risk you run, putting your stop at the bodies instead of the low, if you're trying to get that better RR. And now you see ES dropping, YM going up. It's like they're inverses. You had up, down. And you had down, up. It's like, what are we doing today? That's not a very high probability market to trade. Breakfast money, yeah, $200. We can go get a steak dinner. Hey, even if I get break even on a trade, like I'm still getting steak. But yeah, I kind of want to hop off the 3 minute now. It's kind of looking like trash. Um, Kind of just still maybe monitoring the 15 minute. Just annoying when you have these overnight moves and we just chop at the open. Like those are the most annoying days. Especially when you have a nice daily closure. You're like, oh yeah, candle 2 closure. We're looking for longs tomorrow. And then you wake up and it's already expanded without you. You're like, all right, that sucks. Because you're excited to trade the next day. You got your watch list tagged. You're ready to go. Got your pre-market plan. And then you sit down and open the charts when you wake up and it's like, damn. Move already happened. The biggest thing is just not forcing anything when you see that. Just staying patient for your setup. And being like, okay, realistically, what's possible today? Even though we already expanded, can I maybe get a scalp like we were looking for here? We were just looking for a 2R and couldn't even get that. So we got close. I hope you guys see like why I didn't enter this right here. Why I didn't take this. Closure above, stop here. Mainly because these wick sizes, right? If we just put in a small wick and went higher, but instead we put in this large retracement, then close above, that's not characteristic of an expansion candle, right? If a candle is going to expand, you want to see it have a small wick and use the majority of its time forming the body and closing somewhere at the highs. Reversal candles have long wicks. So instead of just pattern trading, I'm kind of looking at wick size as well. And look at YM. Up. It's just like it's hard to read. Hard to get a read on what it wants to do. When one's going up, one's going down, they're supposed to be correlated. Can't say we didn't try though. We put a little feeler position in. Exactly. Phases of price. Like I said, we were wicking this 5-minute opening price. It just looks like consolidation now. Good point. Because like I wouldn't even call this expansion. It's kind of slow, lethargic, but like a 30-minute maybe, a 15-minute. You had kind of expansion down on this POI, and you didn't meet that with expansion really. There's no imbalances here on a 5-minute or anything. So it kind of just looks like expansion to the downside met with a consolidation. Just keep testing this 1 hour imbalance. It helps to zoom out if you get lost. Sometimes you can get like a 30-minute entry or a 15-minute entry, you know? You just gotta be looking for it. That's why I sit on the higher time frames majority of the time until they give me a reason to drop lower. But we'll journal this trade for sure, this break-even one. Everything aligned perfectly. The only thing that, you know, I don't like about the trade is that I'm taking a long after we already expanded to the upside. So that's something I'll like write in my journal. But we didn't take a loss because of it. The trade just didn't play out. And we got stopped out break even, you know. So that was probably one of the reasonings why it didn't play out. Because the daily range has already been used for the day. Now we're just going to chop for the rest of the morning. That could very well be the case. And you're kind of already seeing characteristics of it right here, right? This indecision on this 4-hour candle. How many likes are we at? 56. We need just over double, just a little under double that. And we'll run a giveaway. We'll give away one of these indicator subscriptions. He is live as well. Yeah, he goes live here and there sometimes. We should do a joint live stream. That'd be fun. Just kind of shoot the shit, talk on Discord. I mean, shout out to he's the one who makes these giveaways possible as well. So go show him some love. But we'll also, before we even end the stream, we'll do the giveaway at the end like usual, you know, once we hit 100 likes. But also, we'll recap this trade one more time. We'll recap the one that I took long, got stop break even, and then we'll also recap the one I avoided taking, the re-entry on the 3 minute. Why I didn't take it and avoided a loss, right? We'll recap those two. I think it's important to know what, it's just as important to know what not to do as it is to know what to do, right? Because trading, half the battle is just eliminating your mistakes. Because the mistakes you make cost you money. So the less, if you're going to take out the mistakes you're making, remove those, you're going to make more money and you're going to be doing less work. Makes sense? Because you're going to be taking less trades. You're going to be losing less trades and make more money. So you're making more money by doing less work. Like, that's all it is. Let's see. Let's go look at the indices across the board. And real quick, we'll check on gold. I mean, you have a candle 3 closure here. Load. There we go. But I don't really see where I would get in on this candle 4. What's oil doing? Oil looks kind of bearish off this closure here on the 1 hour as well. 30 minutes about to close bearish. So like look for this high being swept. Imbalances here, you could run up into those and maybe look for a protected swing to go short on 3 minute oil. We can watch that when the 30 minute closes. Long or short now. I really don't have a bias at this point. I kind of just want to see what we do off this POI. Like at this point, I'm kind of viewing this as a consolidation, right? So maybe it sweeps the low to go higher. Maybe it sweeps the high to go lower. Maybe it breaks out. I want to see if it breaks out just in good runs. I want to see it break out, retest a POI, right? Show proof that it wants to go higher. And then I'd take the continuation off that, right? That's how you try to break out without manipulating one side of the range. He said, wait, I thought more trades equals more money. Wrong. You can take a bunch of trades and be doing a lot of work in the charts, but you're just draining your account. Yeah, I'm putting in that work, man. I'm draining my account. What's up? But like the trade right here, 2-hour minimum for me. If I'm risking $4,500 to $5,000, that's 10 grand. You know, that's enough to feed me, pay my bills for a few months. Like, you just need to size heavier on the good trades that you're already taking. You don't need more setups. You need more size, more capital. Like Apex lets you trade 20 accounts. You can copy trade 20 accounts. like a few $1 million in funding or something like that. Size matters, you know? We don't give a crap about all these 7R trades. Give me a 2R with heavy size. Because a 2R, if you're looking for 2R setups, your win rate's going to be way higher than someone looking for 7R, 4R, right? And a higher win rate means more confidence in your system and your abilities. It also means you can size heavier because your max drawdown is way lower. If you're looking for 2R setups, you might have a max drawdown of like -4R or 5R, right? But if you're looking for 7R setups, dude, your win rate's probably going to be like 20%, you know, or around there. I don't know what the math is, but then your max drawdown will be like probably 6, 7, 8 trades. So can you take, you know, let's say you're sizing 10 grand on those setups. Can you lose $80,000, 8 trades in a row, back to back, worst case scenario, and not blow up, but 2, continue to execute at that level? Most people can't. So that's why high R, it's like, I'd just rather trade heavy size on a 2R. I know a guy who risks like 35K on 1R. And he makes 6 figures a month, multiple 6 figures a month. So that's what I'm saying. Like, most people don't think about the probabilities and like, what can your system handle? Like, what's the max drawdown for your system? If you're going for 2R, 3R, 4R, 1R, right? Can you handle that? Not only mentally, but like, can your account handle it? Yeah, T and I are friends with this guy. He's not on social media though. When I stopped over trading, when I finally got tired of losing and realized that if you find yourself in a hole, you got to stop digging. Also, when I started implementing rules into my trading, like this just looks like chop now. When I started implementing rules, like 2 shots per day, max 2 trades per day. 1 winner, I'm done. 2 losses, I'm done. Because if I take 2 losses, it means 1, I'm probably not seeing something in the charts, or 2, probably just a shitty day. I don't need to be participating in that day anyways, right? And if I take a 3rd loss, I know myself, I'm more likely to go on tilt, you know? Because I don't like to lose. I grew up playing sports. I'm competitive. But best loser wins, right? So I know when to step away. Like in a day, I know not to push the gas when we're just chopping, you know? We put a feeler in, didn't work out, got me more cautious, avoided a loss here because of that I was being cautious. And now we're just chopping, right? So I'm glad I'm not in that. We chose the wrong asset. I just don't see where I would have gotten in on ES, honestly. Like, maybe off this candle, stop at the body. 2R would be like right here, I guess. But I would have had to sit through this right here. I'm looking for those quick trades, you know? This is kind of a grinder. This looked pretty solid on the 1 minute. You know, got us in here. It looked primed to run now. It just kind of started chopping, you know? So, just kind of watching now. We can run that giveaway though. He said, I'm ready to put down the shovel. Exactly. When you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. We got... This is where we're at right now. Can we bump that up? And we'll give away one of these guys. All you gotta do is click a button. I mean, you're trading. All you gotta do is click a button to make money, right? Can you do the same thing on the stream? Don't make me beg. All right, so technically, like here, you can take an entry with a stop above this high on oil, 3 minute, and look for downside on this candle here. But let's look at the daily range. We've definitely blown past it. Yeah, holy nuts. So it's like you're kind of just trading off the news now versus just trading the actual daily candle expansion. If you look, right, phases of price, ready? What is this? Expansion down, met with expansion back up. So this, and now this little retracement for the past hour and a half has been what? Pretty slow, right? Kind of lethargic. So this looks like reversal, retracement. Could go higher, right? That's why I don't like this. We can watch it. But just going off the phases of price and the daily candle, what it's already done, could just chop, you know, could slightly retrace to go higher. You never know. But that's what I'm seeing. I'm ever in Charlotte. I live near Charlotte. I'm in Charleston, South Carolina. I've been to Charlotte. I've been to a Panthers game. Those are fun. Oh, let's go. We're at 69 likes. Oil's down like 7% already for the day. And it's retraced. So, I mean, it was down like big at one point. Okay. Well, ES is just having fun on its own. Slow grind up-ish. We're still down here on NASDAQ. Still kind of in this range here on YM. I mean, I see like you're holding this structure, right, with these protected lows. Maybe you enter right here at this candle. Stop below here. But like, I don't know. After seeing these consolidate, you kind of get scared that, or take into consideration that this thing could just, you know, keep chopping. But it looks like it wants the high. But again, we mentioned like this POI here and these POIs here. We didn't even get into this one on ES, this 1 hour imbalance. So you have SMT. I just like don't see myself wanting to participate in this. We're on a 15-minute chart. You got, see this candle now? Doesn't really look like an expansion candle on the hourly because of this wick put in, you know? So maybe we have the reversal set in. It's just kind of basing. And on the candle 4, we get that continuation. That's what we'll monitor right at 11 o'clock. Do you have two trades? You have two trades, but do you have max money for the day? No, because I know what I'm risking per trade, so it's just -2R. I don't usually decrease risk either on the second trade. I just keep it the same. So basically my rule is -2R and I'm done. And right now we're still flat the day. But by the time, like, think about it, by the time I take one setup, let's say it fails or I get break evened. And then by the time I have to wait for the new setup to come, that's why I like trading this market, because you have to wait for the candle closures. You can't really revenge trade on these setups if you're trading like 3 minute and higher, because you got to wait a whole nother 30 minutes before you get another 30-minute closure, a whole another hour till you get another hourly closure, right? So you can't really revenge trade this system unless you're deviating from it, right? And now you're just not even trading your system. So it's so mechanical in that way. Can I explain the candle references? Yeah. So when we close back inside the previous candle like this, and you see this line, these C2s, right? Painted at this low, this is a candle 2 closure because it took out the previous candle's low and closed back inside the range of it, right? That's a candle 2. A candle 3 would be something like YM on the hourly, where it took out the previous candle's low, closed outside of it, but then the candle 3 came up and closed back above the opening price of candle 2. So now you have this swing point you can trade away from, right? That's the whole model, is letting swing points form, anticipating them, right? Let the reversal be put in, then look to trade the 3rd candle or the 4th candle. I don't trade ES. Yeah, I trade ES. I just prefer NASDAQ, honestly. So that's in a nutshell what a candle 2 is and a candle 3 closure is. And they can be bullish closures, they can be bearish closures. The whole idea is that the market can't reverse without a swing point forming. So we try and let the reversal form, then we anticipate the expansion after. So we're in this little tiny imbalance right here. Hope that helps, Frank. We got 72 likes. Let's go. So here's that 3-minute setup. Starting to kind of sell off that we talked about on oil. Right? Why do I still have this on? I wouldn't mind now at 11, close bullish, ideally above this little imbalance here. Okay? It should be above these highs. Because right now it kind of just looks like consolidation high. Just got swept out. Right? All these highs here, here, here. There's also this imbalance on the 1 hour. So we're watching that. And at the same time, ES is taking out its high of day. So you have SMT now. At the same time, sweeping out some highs inside an imbalance. What does it want to do? That's the question. How can we make money off of it? But if you want to learn more about these candle closures and things like that, T-Trades has a bunch of good stuff on his YouTube channel, all free. And I'm looking to I'm looking to touch more on it education-wise in the Discord when it's open. So I don't want to sit on here every live stream and teach the model because there's new people coming every day. So I'd rather create resources in the Discord that are free and then make them available to you guys to go through on your own time when we're not streaming. So now she want to expand, huh? Yes, hitting that high. Right here. Let's watch. Trump, Iran war has a good chance of ending. Carson said, I do want to learn the Fractal model. Yeah, super mechanical. Kind of keeps you out of taking like some subpar trades. It's all about aligning the phases of price, right? Because the phases of price are what? We can do a little lesson. You got expansion, you got retracement, you got consolidation, and then you got reversal, right? So when you can align the daily time frame with some kind of intermediate term time frame like the hourly with your entry time frame, when those all align in expansion, that's when you're going to get those one-sided moves, right? And then you can couple that with, all right, we put in expansion, met with expansion, that's a reversal. Now we're consolidating. Okay, we're breaking out of that consolidation and expanding, you know? Is Trump tweeting now? Let's see. Who's got the news? What do you guys do news for news? People keep saying something about juice, market juice, or whatever that is. What is that? I just have Twitter, a list I made on Twitter, where I get news. Financial juice. Is that a Twitter account or like something you pay for? Excuse me. You pay for it? It's free. Okay. Let's pull it up. Financial juice. This thing? Oh, it's delayed. The hell? Oh, okay. 744. Okay. How much is it per month? I probably should have looked. I could have looked instead of asking you guys. Yeah, like I'm not trading news, but like if I'm in a trade or if I'm watching price action, I start seeing some like crazy volatility, like out of the ordinary. I kind of want to know like up to the, at least a minute, like what happened. There's got to be a way to limit it because like the Twitter accounts that I follow, that only like one or two or three, only post like the most breaking news that actually matters to like traders, and it's all free on Twitter. Like here, get over. There we go. Like I have market news, and this came in a minute ago, 8 minutes ago, 9 minutes ago. So it's really just like, CNN guy died. It really just kind of gives me like what's going on, an overview. We're getting close to 11 o'clock. We got, I mean, this thing still looks like buns. This thing's kind of starting to try and get up to the high. We took out the high here. Really want to see how we react now. Watch a guru. I've heard of that. Yeah, the red ones, I guess, are the ones that matter. I'll look into it. I might add it to my repertoire. But so far, we're at 73 likes on the stream. And I want to give one of these away today. At 100 likes. Do I only trade the T-Trades model, the Fractal model? Yes. Yeah, Walter Bloomberg's who I use. He's winning the list. There's a couple other ones. Yeah, I only trade Fractal model. You know? Keep it simple. Only using highs, lows, and imbalances. And then opposing candles for entry, right? Change state delivery, order blocks, opposing candles, whatever you want to call it. Use those for entry. Even better when they overlap with imbalances, right? But I'm not just going to blindly enter off a fair value gap. You trade all 83 ICT models? Or those are rookie numbers, dude. If you're not using the Reaper fair value gap 5,000, then I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not profitable. If you didn't code the algorithm, then get out of the chat. Do you focus on swing points as TP or strictly targeting? I like to just do fixed R multiples, honestly. Even better when they align with projections, but like on this trade we were trying to get on the 1 minute here that stopped us out for break even. I was looking for a fixed 2R. And then I was going to trail the rest of my position and scale out at actual liquidity levels, right? Or POIs, fair value gaps, whatever. That aligned with the projections, you know? So that's like how I usually do it. And then I trail my stop just using protected swings. But I'll go break even at first TP. Or sometimes, depending on the market conditions, when we get to 1R on the trade, I'll go break even sometimes if the conditions are not that favorable. I don't know what Venom is. Me and TT partnering. We're friends. He helps make the giveaways possible for these. Yeah. I mean, I trade his model live here on stream. He teaches it over on his channel. I'll probably do some educational teaching stuff on here in the Discord. And we'll do some private streams too in the Discord as well. Like I got some stuff planned. Giveaways, private streams, like for the community. It's all free, by the way. You just got to join. And then what else? Oh, like pre-market analysis, things like that. The night before. Suspension block. Yeah, I'm usually going for 2R minimum. This is people, right? Hold on. You want to see who the people... Where is... All right. This is you. If you've watched every single ICT video, this is you. I'm sorry, but I haven't watched an ICT video in I don't know how many years. But you're in this constant loop of learning, right? And I guarantee you, majority of people in here, unless you're brand new, know everything you need to know to be profitable. It's just you need to implement it now and pick what concepts resonate with you the most. You know, I like these higher time frame candle closers. I like using down close candles or up close candles, right? Order blocks for entry. And all I really need to use to read price are just highs, lows, and fair value gaps. And then combine that with phases of price. That's all you need. So it's not about learning more. Because if all it took to make money in the market was to learn a model, then everyone would be making money, right? A monkey could do it. But That's not what it takes. Learning a model is easy. It's about implementing it in real time and refining it. That's the hardest part. Actually executing it. Yeah. Because like I view edge as like, yeah, you have a system you follow, but like my edge comes from being able to execute it consistently. So like those habits I build outside the charts, like going to the gym, eating healthy, going and feeling my body properly, getting enough sleep. Like when I sit down at the charts, I'm energized, I'm focused. That helps me execute my model, right? That whole thing is my edge. And the less moving parts, the better. Because like the more complex your strategy, the harder it is to execute consistently over the long term. So simplicity scales, complexity fails, right? But like people don't understand like the things you do outside the charts to build discipline, you can carry that over into the charts here. And that right there is gonna make it easier to execute. Like if I say I'm gonna go to the gym 3 times a week for an hour on these days at this time, and I do it for 6 months, right? I've proven to myself that I said I was gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. And I didn't. I didn't skip a day. Same thing with your trading rules. If you say you're gonna stop trading after 2 losses, and you do that, and prove it to yourself that you're gonna do that over 6 months, you know, like it's gonna be very hard to break that because you're like, I haven't broken that rule in forever. Like I'm gonna stay out, you know. No, the Discord's free. I mean, if I'm doing my best to keep it like, well, it's gonna be free, right? But in the future, if like for some reason it gets like too overwhelming, I don't think it will be because there's only 100 people in here. But you never know. If people who want to make the community a little bit more serious and want to have like a private channel, maybe you open up some kind of like paywall, right, for serious people only. But I don't view that really happening, right? I want it to be free for most people, if not everybody. But yeah, ICT videos equal analysis paralysis. I get that. All right. We're at 75 likes right now. Can we get to 100? Need 25 more. We'll give away one of these. I'll literally pull up the giveaway bot right now. Finally, someone who can teach for free. I mean, I've been streaming for the past month. Where you been, man? I got recaps on my YouTube channel. Hours and hours of videos. We're at 77 likes. Let me pull up the giveaway thing. If we can get to 100. Look at this. We will give away. Wasn't loaded yet, right? Does this guy actually take any trades? Bro, we took a trade earlier. Got stopped out break even. Go back on my YouTube. Ray. You can go see his trades on there. But like this stream isn't for entertainment. I'm just documenting what I do every day, right? And most of the time I'm sitting here waiting for my setup. They should call it waiting, not trading. Appreciate it, Ahmed. But like, you might be like, oh, he's just yapping. He doesn't actually trade. Like, bro, we took a trade earlier. Also, I don't get trades every day, based on the model I trade. Sometimes I'll go a week without taking a trade. But what do you want me to do when the market's slow? You want me to just like be quiet and you just watch me stare at a screen? Or do you want me to kind of maybe teach a little bit and yap, I think the majority of people would rather hear me like drop some info than just sit here. Who's looking at who? All right. Yeah, like oil's not really doing much off this high. Gold, same thing. Had the candle 3 closure, just nothing for the past hour. It's about to be 11 o'clock. I really don't see much on here. We're about to sweep high on YM here in the next few seconds, probably. Just not a very fun day. It looked like it was going to be a good setup here, right? Off this entry here. Protected low here. Started to run. We were up like 6 grand. And then boom, came back, stopped us out for break even. $200 profit basically. That's break even for me. And then we've been consolidating. And kind of broke out of that a little bit, at least. So that was a trade. Let's go ahead and recap that. And I'll give you guys some time to get those likes up. Let's see. We're at 79 right now. We just need 20 more. 80. But that's the recap on this trade, right? We had the closure on the 15-minute. We hopped in on the retest of the protected low. Right? My stop was here. We were looking for a fixed 2R. Just like right here. Got close. Got like, 75% of the way there. Once we took out this high, I moved stop break even. And we got stopped out for break even. So we also avoided a loss. What was my entry? The fuck? This right here. Retracement back to order block. Protected low. Or what was my entry time frame? 1 minute. And then we saw this 3-minute appear. That was a valid like setup candle wise. Right here. Swept this low. Respected this T spot here on this 30-minute candle. Closed back above. But the reason I didn't take it was because at the time this candle was up here and we had a long wick down here. And expansion candles have small wicks, as you can see, right? Reversal candles have long wicks. So I didn't like the fact that we came to the T spot, yes, but we put in this super long wick right here. And closed above, right? And we avoided a loss because my stop was going to be at the bodies here. We avoided a loss right there. So, anyways, that was the trades from this morning. Let's do a giveaway. I know we only got 82 likes. Shooting for 100. But we're going to give away keyword while we sit here. We'll just keep this on so you can see, right? All right. Let me pull up the where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Nightbot. Where'd it go? You guys see this? Can everybody see? There we go. All right. What should the keyword be? Let's make the keyword. We're giving away this indicator, by the way. FVG is the keyword. Use code FVG at props. You also use the code to enter the giveaway. Process. Well, maybe we'll do process next time, but FVG is like pretty, just 3 letters. Flood the chat. Flood the chat. My timer starts now. All right, so we'll give it to 11:05. And like I said, we only got 30-something people who've entered, right? You got a way better chance of winning something here on this stream than other streams, right? Because the sheer amount of people in here is way lower. And we got some prop accounts coming through the pipeline as well that we'll give away. Those are probably going to be given away in the Discord as well. So, but yeah, you only really need to type it once. You'll see that your name pops in here. And once it's in here, you're good to go. There's actually an option to like, if you spam it to like make it so you don't win, but I have that turned off. But yeah, this indicator is great. I mean, it does a lot of the analysis for you. You can just flip through charts really quickly. So we'll give it about 30 more seconds and we'll run it. All right. Kadir, you're entered, buddy. Where's the Discord link? So the Discord is not available yet. I still have a bot being made, custom bot. So when that's finished and it's tested, then we're gonna have the invite open to everybody, right? And that I'll make that known either here on stream live. So all right, let's go and choose a winner. We got 42 people entered. I'm closing it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Aurora 78. I know you're in here. I see your name. What I want you to do is hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, X. Let me know which platform you're going to do so I can check it. And I'll get you the code for 100% off the indicator for 1 month. You try it out. And just so you guys know, I use default settings. Like everything's default. So just load it up on your chart and rip it. So let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on X. And we'll get that over to you. But we took a trade today. It was a break even. We'll run it back. Same process tomorrow. Looking for the longs, right? If we're going to continue to move to the upside. But other than that, I'm going to focus on tonight getting the Discord built out as fast as I can for you guys. And we'll look to run it back tomorrow. So if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications. You get notified when I go live in the future. See you guys. Peace.